Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. So, I've put some thought into this episode and into the future episodes. Um, I like I've been liking the dynamic of just two um, characters, but when I played the Gloomhaven, the physical board game, I was playing with three characters. I played through the scenarios, or the campaign solo, and I really enjoyed having a third character. I wanted to start off with just two mercenaries to kind of get some videos out, but I think I'm going to bring in a third, and there's and I'm also going to buy something for them. So I'm thinking the scoundrel. I was thinking the scoundrel, but it might be nice to bring in somebody that's going to be using some mana um, or elements. So I'll bring in the Spellweaver. Um, I wanted to bring in the scoundrel, but because we have some uh, elements, I always call it mana. I think it's probably the same thing, but because we're producing some mana from time to time with the Tinkerer, and the Brute uses air and creates air, we can bring in the Spellweaver to kind of use those, um, the ones from the Tinkerer, and perhaps help the Brute in preparing for air attacks. The one in particular is Skewer. I think that might be his only one. I don't remember if there are any in the future in his higher levels, but yeah. So we'll go with the Spellweaver. She levels up pretty quickly, um, and she can be kind of tricky um, with her cards. Her difficulty is high, whereas the Scoundrel is low. Um, so I think adding the Spellweaver will be a good addition to this team. I forgot to mention, but it hadn't really come up yet. So there are these the skins. You can change the skins on some of the mercenaries, not all of them. And I believe at this moment there's discussion, or there's already some contest. They want to upload the Crag Harp, but they need to hit they would like to hit a certain level of hours of co-op. So I don't know if that's true or if it's just something that I heard about, but I think that's what's happening right now. Anyway, with the Brute, there's the Bone Guard skin. Oops. I'm not really a big fan of it. I kind of like the normal Brute look. The Tinker doesn't have one yet. I don't know if this is going to be something they're going to put on all the starting. I assume they're going to put them on the starting ones at the very least, but we'll see if they do it for the unlockable characters as well. The Spellweaver, though, I do like her skin. It's kind of like a I don't know, adventurer kind of skin. She's got some scrolls on her back and the monocle here, so that's pretty cool. And as you can see, I've already clicked. This is what the normal Scoundrel looks like, and the Nightcrawler. I like this skin as well. I'm excited to see what the other three will look like. Should be pretty interesting. So anyway, Spellweaver, And she already has the Cloak of Invisibility and the Minor Power Potion. I could get the Eagle Eye Goggles on her, and I think that would be very useful to make sure that when she attacks, because most of her attack cards or abilities are burned, we want to make sure that they hit, that they connect. So the Eagle Eye Goggles will purchase for her. And later, once we start changing up the roster here, we can unmind these if we want to put them on somebody else. I'll probably end up keeping it 3 characters. And my thought was when they reach level 5, something like 5 or 6, somewhere in the middle, we can start trading out the other ones and use a different setup. Yeah. So with that, we will, because we don't have the Cragheart in our party, we will go over to the Angry Jinns. The text here reads, "The last guards inhabiting one of the southern human fortresses fled with tales of undead and jinns attacking them. It's time to investigate." So let's hit the road. And no encounter. Pyre is a human-built fortress of the past 300 years that marked the extent of the human progress south in the lands. Inhabited until a few years ago, it is now associated with ghost stories and old wives' tales. You reach the tower in a sandstorm. It is deserted, but you cannot sense anything untoward. As the wind strengthens, you are forced underground for shelter and make camp in an old tomb. You are suddenly woken in the middle of the night by sounds of clacking bones and something altogether more unsettling: rattling chains. So, living spirits. I know that. One second. Okay, so I know that living bones and living spirits come with armor. So the brute will keep trample. And as for pushing, where is it? Okay, so there's sweeping blow and overwhelming assault with where move and then pushing, but I don't think I'm going to be needing that. I think warding strength is going to be enough for push, for the living bones to push them into traps. Living spirits are flying, so they are unhindered by obstacles and traps. But they typically have more let's see, they have more armor than the living bones, but they also have very little health. Let's make sure really quickly. It's still on hard. Last time it had changed on me, so I just want to make sure it stays there. Right, so sweeping blow, overwhelming assault, wall of doom. And because they're ranged, the living spirit, something like wall of doom, which could be really nice with just 2 health, they'll move away typically before they kill 1 normal enemy. Right, so we want to be bringing this in. Now these aren't actually going to be very difficult to kill. living spirits can be kind of a pain, but with just 2 health, they're actually pretty straightforward. That said, kill one adjacent normal enemy isn't very useful, or isn't as powerful in this case. The move 4 could be helpful though, so what I might do is take something like grab and go away and bring in Fatal Advance. It's an earlier card, and it's a move 4, so we can just bring in our move 4 here. The loot on top is good, but because it works better in the physical board game because this is his only loot card for some time. I don't remember if another one comes up. I'm kind of losing my memory about that. So it's one of very few loot cards anyway that the Brute has. So it's very powerful for him. But when we're sharing gold, we can have the Tinkerer and the Spellweaver kind of pick up gold as we move forward, as we advance. And it is earlier, 40 versus 87. Harmless Contraption, no. Reinvigorating Elixir, we won't need. And Potent Potables is less use. It's not very helpful here. Reinvigorating Elixir could be nice for getting Spellweaver cards back because she doesn't have a lot. So let's take a look at hers. Crackling Air. The top action gives a +1 for 4 different attacks. However, if you infuse air, then it's +2 attack for every attack, for 4 attacks. Now that doesn't mean attack actions, because, for instance, Fire Orbs says attack 3, range 3, target 3. So that's 3 different attacks in one attack action. So you have to keep that in mind for something like this when it says +2 attack on the next 4 attacks. Okay. Retaliate, I probably won't put her into a position that will need that. However, the bottom action here, move 3 and shield 2, again, that's putting her in a position that she'll be getting hit. So we're hoping that's not going to happen. And then Aid from the Ether. Now this card is, for her, one of the better, in my opinion, one of her better starting cards. So we definitely want to bring this one in. She's really great that she has a fairly powerful summon as a starting character. A card that we want to remove, however, might be Freezing Nova. Okay. The bottom action is a heal 4, that's nice, at a range of 4, which is really nice. But we have enough healing. She also has this heal 3, who's adjacent. And then Aid from the Ether has a heal 3, range 3 on top. So what we can do kind of is use this a couple times. If the healing is necessary, we have it. And if it's not necessary, then we can use this summon pretty early on. And what I like to do is use the summon early, and then when she gets it back from her reviving ether, recover all your burn cards, she can use the heal later on and then potentially summon. So that's kind of what I like to use it as, and it's a tactic that I'll probably use here. I do like Crackling Air, but I'm going to stay away from it this time to continue with the theme of I want to stay away from my favorite tactics. So Right. I think that about does it. Let's go in. And with three characters, it will prolong the, it will extend the gameplay for the scenario. So I'm going to try to speak a little less. I'll still discuss what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, but I'll try and do it a little faster, so the videos don't turn into something like 2 or 3 hours. We'll see how this one goes, and then I can better gauge that as well. Oh dear. You have awoken some living spirits, the souls of those who died suddenly and unhappily. Isn't all death unhappy? Spirits have a resistance to damage, so you'll find attacks with Pierce more effective. They also fly, so the traps won't help. Right, so this is what I was explaining earlier. So here they are. I hope it looks like my computer's doing fine with them. And 3 living bones. So the thing about living spirits is they can curse, so we want to kind of deal with that pretty early. We'll move here, and we'll get in a position that we can at least try and take one out early. We will want we definitely want trample. And what I might do actually is go late with the brute, so that these ones can come forward instead of attacking. They do have a range of, what is it? They have a range of 3 and a movement of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So they could actually all get in his face. So we might actually, I think it might be better. Let's go as early as possible and hit him. Okay. That will spread these guys out so we don't all get attacked. That will be nice. For the Spellweaver, we want to be going late. Very late, so we're not getting attacked by anything. And I'm thinking to summon the Mystic Ally immediately. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm wondering what I can do with top actions. Let's go with fire orbs and aid from the ether. And if it's too sticky of a situation, we can have him heal. We can just heal him. As for Tinkerer, we want the Tinkerer to go early here. And I'm thinking something like hook gun and net shooter. So we can pull them in, mobilize them, and then walk away. And that way, maybe one of them won't be attacking. Okay. We can figure out which one we want to do that with. So, maybe we want to start back here. 1, 2, 3. They should all be going. Well, that's the hope anyway, right? So we'll see about that. All right. So living bones are just going to shield and heal. Move 3, attack 1 at range 3. Target all enemies within range. Okay. So what that means is these guys are going to, or this one in particular, if he does not die, the spirit, then he could move, it could move 1, 2, 3, and then attack everybody, right? So we definitely don't want that. Them shielding and healing, that's perfect. So we will move up. And we will attack here. Great. So 1 is down. That's lovely. Now this means that we probably won't be doing any damage to them, but we can at least 1, 2, 3. This means that we can at least bring 1 close. I think I'll bring this guy. Sure. Well, okay. We did do a damage. I'm gonna pull him in, and now immobilize him. And simply walk away. So these are going to kind of come as close as they can so that they can attack everybody, or as much as they can. Take 1 damage and 1 damage. And this one can't make it very far, so perfect. So in this case, this is not going to be very powerful. I could move up and kind of attack, but they all have 2 armor, and then these have 2 armor as well. So it's certainly not the best tactic. Now we could move here, and then 1, 2, 3 hit one of these. Still not the best tactic. So instead of doing the top action at all, we're just going to skip attack, and then we're going to summon and the ally. Now if it dies immediately, it dies, so be it. And we still have that cloak of invisibility, which will be helpful. But this ally will be very nice. You can see the card here on the right. It only has health 2, so it's very weak, but it can move 2, attack 3 at range 2. So it will be able to, it could potentially kill one of these living spirits or do some harm to these bones here, the living bones. So we'll end her turn. And we don't have to worry about this one now, okay? We want to make sure that she goes very early, though. We could do something like attack 2, range 2, and attack 2, range 3, and try and kill this. That could be a possibility. She would also likely, she being the ally here, the summon, is likely going to attack this as well. So yeah. So I think it would die basically with that kind of attack. So we might want to get in a better position here and try and harm at least these two. What we can do is use Reviving Ether to move into a good position, and then we want to attack one of them. So maybe 36 with this, and if we can get that wound, that would be fantastic. However, I'm not seeing. I don't think we'll be able to do that because the only way to bring one in now is this. Her fire orbs would have been the better way to do that. But they didn't move into a good enough position, so unfortunately they did not get it. She didn't get that opportunity. Let's go back. So Flame Strike. We could do Frost Armor instead, and that would be a range 3 attack 3. Because of the bottom, because of this consume element. And that's something that he could maybe help with. Yeah, with Toxic Bolt. Toxic Bolt, and I think a good idea is something like Flamethrower for the shield 1. So that means we can bring in Retaliate. He could stand right here, and then they can start getting hit from him, taking retaliation damage. Now just moving into that location. We could use Leaping Cleave to get in the position, and then potentially use Skewer on some enemies here. So let's see what that does. So Retaliate and Leaping Cleave. We'll see how that works. Yep. So we're going pretty early, 18, 18, 20. 64 and 67. So here's another bad thing that they do is stun. So they can stun you. They can also create ice elements. But if that's the case, if I saw that they were creating it, then I could use the Spellweaver to try and burn that quickly. So they're going to move 2 and attack for 3. So we'll pop up the shield. And now we could hit this. We probably wouldn't be doing any damage to it. If we got a +1, then 1 damage. But the poison would be very helpful. I could also use something like this to hope for a +1. Now we can take a look at what we have. We are missing that 1 + 1. If we were missing a lot of -1s and 0s, then maybe I would go for that, but I think what I'll do is try and hit one of these guys instead, though. They can only move 2, so at the moment, 1, 2. Yeah. So let's actually hit. Oh, right. We have weighted net, so clear the target. I could hit this one and use weighted net. So now both of these won't move. That's better. That's better. So end the Tinker's turn. So we don't want to move here because we don't want this one to attack. Retaliate's probably going to be less useful because this one's going to move in and attack, but it will deal 2 damage and I don't have to walk out there. So we'll use this. We're just going to move 1 spot, 1 space here. So now we're within the aura of the Tinkerer's armor. We'll skip and we'll just retaliate. Confirm action. We don't need to heal. Alright, I'm not too happy that she decided that was the best place to go. But we should be able to kill him here. So we'll use Earth to attack here. Okay, we got a little lucky there, but yeah, that was a bit tricky. I'm thinking I can move up because this Living Bones will move here to attack and is going to move attack 2, right? Where is it? For 3 damage. So it's going to attack the 2 earlier ones. It will focus here, move into a position that will deal the greatest damage, and then it will attack these 2. So we can use her to come over here and pick up this money. And end her turn. Yep. So no damage. And then so it took 2 damage from the retaliation, and unfortunately our Tinkerer just took 3 damage from that. That was pretty rough. Okay. You can see that these guys are kind of annoying, but alright. That's not bad. He's only down 4 health. The Tinkerer is also down 4 health. We really need to deal with this guy pretty quickly. Obviously we want to deal with all of them, right? So we'll use Shield Bash to continue with that armor. Shield. I think I keep saying armor, but shield. And we can use skewer now, or actually what I might do here is move up here and skewer these two without a shield. That depends on what happens. Otherwise we can just skewer through this and hit that one. We certainly want you to be going early so that our mystic ally can move away and attack. That would be nice if it killed it. If it doesn't, then oh well. And we will use Impaling Eruption. So attack, we can use Impaling Eruption just for the move, and the top action here for the attack action. So we can attack this one and then run away, kind of. The Tinkerer now is going to... Ooh, there we go. We can stun him. And... this probably is a good time for Volatile Concoction, where she could get back this very fast card, or she could get back like Fire Orbs to try and make a large attack. Okay, so we'll at least keep it here and see what happens, but stun shot to stun this guy. Let's see how that works. And there it is. So curse, target all enemies within range, and then they'll infuse ice into the scenario or the room. Move 3, attack 2. Wonderful. See, this is what I mean. That she is the Spellweaver having this mystic ally at this time in the game is just she's just very, very powerful. We'll continue with we don't want to use that because we want to use the air for the brute. So we'll just use this. It's poisoned, and then we can run away. Well, darn. That happens. We can either pick this up or we can run right up. I mean, we're going to be taking a curse regardless, whatever happens here, unless he can kill both of them. Let's see, because they can move 3. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. They'll be able to kind of hit everyone. Now I could run into this corner to try and keep that, but I think it's best. Let's just come up here and we'll pick up this loot. Now she could go invisible too, but this is not the time to use it. We still have 2 more rooms. I should have looked at this earlier, but 2 more rooms. This T-junction can be a pain sometimes, and then a small room after that. So we don't want to use this in this situation. And I mean, taking a curse isn't really the end of the world. So it'll be fine if it comes to pass. So we want that. So as long as he draws 2 0s or better, then they're both dead. Hey. That is wonderful. We will use the healing potion now. Why not? End his turn. All right. Oh, I forgot that part. So she's too far away. I don't think I can click on her. Nope. I wouldn't assume that would be an option anyway, but now we can stun him and do a couple damage. That's very helpful. And what I'll do is just use this opportunity to move up, pick up some more loot. All right. So Spare Dagger can make that attack, and then probably let's see here. I think what I'll do is just start moving toward the door. And I'm going to use Warding Strength. Because Fatal Advance and Balanced Measure I can use going into the next room. So Spare Dagger to make this attack, and then walk up. You ride the wind, flame, strike. This way she can loot to grab the money, and then just start walking in that direction. And finally, 32, no. We want to heal and start walking, so we'll use Proximity Mine to start moving. Okay, so that's too bad. However, it has poison, so the heal 2 won't heal it per se, but it will remove the poison, which isn't necessarily terrible. So we'll heal, and if for some reason the brute does not kill this living bones, then the summoned ally, the mystic ally here, can move up and kill him. I'm not too worried about that. We're all getting far enough away that move 1 is not going to make an attack on anyone. Oh, actually, scratch that. He's standing right there. For some reason I thought the brute was going ahead, so. Okay. So in this case we want to move up. Move first. And then attack here. Okay, he's dead. So we probably won't be getting that. That's fine. Oh well. Loot. And then continue moving up. So she did not move. My mystic ally back here did not move because there's no target. So as soon as I open this door, she'll start moving up. The problem with that is now she's very far away to get to catch up. We're going to use Fatal Advance, Balanced Measure, and probably the Boots of Striding, so that we can get move 4, plus 2 is 6, and then attack 6. So we could kill a skeleton, the living bones, within that one turn. For her, we'll just take a long rest. She hasn't used anything. Well, Eagle Eye Goggles, she's full health. So we'll just use a short rest here. That's fine. And now that she has, so this is this is kind of the way I play with her. I try not to, when she has an odd number of cards, I try not to use Reviving Ether. There are times that you just have to use it, because it reduces the chances of pulling that randomly on a short rest like I just did. When you pull it, you certainly don't want to lose this card due to a short rest, because then I won't be able to get it back. Now I think that the Tinkerer has a card, well, we can see that. If he doesn't have it here, I think he has a card that will bring back a burned card, and in that case it could work. But that's a lot of work. So what I try to do is just when I have an odd number of cards in my hand, I try to use everything except for Reviving Ether. So with that, we will move in. 1, 2, 3. Let's try for Frost Armor, just to make an attack. We'll see if I can get something for her. Yeah, I don't think so, unless I use Ink Bomb now. Well, let's bring in Ink Bomb, all right? And let's also bring in Enhancement Field. And what I might do is just move 2 and use Ink Bomb if there's a case to use it. If not, then move 4 and then attack 3 at range 3. And now both of us here have some cards that can heal the Brute. So taking a long rest in this situation isn't going to be as scary. So we will use this. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I heard some traps. 1, 2 traps. Alright. What will they do? Move 2, and they're going to be muddling. So attack 1 at range 3, muddle. But how much more do I have? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then attack here. They are going to be attacking 4, but not moving. So 1, 2, 3. Confirm. And now we're attacking for 6. It says attack 5, but that's because of the shield here. So confirm. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now we can end his turn. Let's see what those living spirits do. Right. So you can see there, sharing the space with a trap, and it's not impacting him. Alright. He's going to take a long rest, so I'm not too worried about this. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then attacking 2. We don't have any elements infused. So what I might do here, let's see what her other cards. She has all of her cards, so we can move away if need be. Alright, so we can move in. This is going to take a long time for her to get up here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So she's going to be gone for like 3 turns, basically. And then we will attack here. Yeah, just normal attack. Oh, well, there we go. What a good surprise. So, something to keep in mind here, invisibility. When you are invisible, you're treated as an obstacle. So, you could stand in the doorway, use the cloak of invisibility, and anyone on this side of the room who's not flying, of course, won't have anything to target because they can't move through obstacles. Flying monsters certainly can. So, in this case, again, I'm not too worried about it. And okay, so if I move 2, 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3. So I could use Ink Bomb on these two, and there's good chances of them both dying. Is that worth it? I'd kind of say yeah, I think so. Or I can move 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, and use Enhancement Field to target, well, either one of these. Again, there's a good chance that I would kill the, at least kill the Living Bones. Lesser chances of killing the, we would need a +1 or better, so low chances of killing this. I think what I'm going to do is the stronger option, because it would be nice to start to kill them as fast as possible, right? That's kind of the thought here. And another interesting thing is you can, as long as any of these hexes are within range, so that would be this one, you can see that all of these are in range here, but you can rotate it in a way that you can target at range 4. So that's something that it took me a long time to figure that one out. So even though this one is out of range, you can still target it because you can rotate this in any way you want. We do want to use the eagle eye goggles, and of course that removes the targets. But we won't need, I'm not going to use this at the same time, so let's see this work, please. Oh. Okay. So he got a -1 and the null, and then this one was a ×2. So if it was in the other direction, the other way, it would have worked out better, but oh well. We got one of those, and that one died. We want the brute to long rest, and for that reason, what we'll do is right. So I was talking about having an odd number of cards. Well, because I have aid from the ether out, and I burned Ride the Wind, I have an even amount of cards. So I will have to use Reviving Ether. That's totally fine. But what I'm thinking here is Mana Bolt, using the dark element here, which would be 3 at range, attack 3 at range 3 because of this. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we can kill that. And then Reviving Ether. And then these two we'll save for next time. This way, if it gets too dodgy in here, we can kind of move away. Yeah. Next is these two cards. We'll just take it. One of them we could probably use. We have a heal 5 and a heal 5. So one of these we could use, and the other we can move, basically, if for some reason we want to. I probably won't be using this due to the amount of shields that the enemies have, so we'll stick with that. And what was the other thing? Yeah, we'll see if maybe we won't even need that at all. The other thing was this trap here is in a very handy location for us because it's going to force the living bones. Here she comes. It's going to force the living bones to have to walk around, so it's going to take some time for him to get to us. Consume. And I'm thinking of using the eagle eye goggles because I'd like it to die. Because all three of these will be, yeah. So let's use them. Okay, it was going to die anyway. We got that +1, but I think it was useful. Let's see what her next cards are. Okay. In this case, I'm going to move up to here, jump up here, and then we will go invisible. Yes. I think this is a good opportunity. Cloak of invisibility. We need to continue moving forward, basically. As for, let's see here. He has 7 out of 12, and he's going to be getting hit. So let's use this. Actually, undo. Let's use this one. I won't move, and that's fine. But let's use this one because this one's isn't very helpful. So we'll burn that card. She's up to full health. It's going to receive 2 attacks from these living spirits. We'll just skip this. End. I don't understand that. Wasn't it here? 1, 2, 3. That would have been the better. Yeah, I don't get it. So, anyway, muddle will go away. We'll have 2 health because of the. Yeah, sorry, I'm thrown off at why it didn't. Maybe it was way back here. No, it had to have been right there. 1, 2, 3. It should have gone here. Huh. Yeah, I'm thrown off about that. I think we're still going to drop balanced measure. I know it's a very good card for him. but I'd like to keep these other cards. I'm not seeing another card that I'm okay with getting rid of. And this was kind of the tactic that I used before. If I did keep this card in my hand, then I kind of just tossed it. It was the one that I was okay with burning most of the time. So 1, 2, 3. So provoking roar. Let's think. I was thinking provoking roar with leaping cleave. So jump up here, hit this so it doesn't attack. Because trample is a very late card. Now I could use my boots to get up there, but if I don't have to, then I won't. So leaping cleave to get up here. We can get ready for like a skewer move again. This way it won't attack either. So she certainly wants to be going late. And we could have him long rest. Is that necessary? Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Long rest. So where is she? 1, 2. She's coming, but yeah, let's do that. Okay, so curse. Curse. Okay. So it's not actually going to attack. And this one will attack, but it needs to move 2. So it would move here. So honestly, I don't see a reason to come up here and disarm. It's not going to attack. What I could do is just move up 1. Because this guy, the living bones, is going to move here. So that's what we'll do. We will move here. We'll be picking up some loot. That's good. And skip the attack. Dunk. So both of them. And both of them again. They're both cursed twice. I'll show you what that means here in a second. Come on! What that means here, and they're all standing next to her again. Okay. Oh, no, sorry. It's not their turn, so. Here is what I will do. I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move back here. And then attack all 3 of them. And in this case, I will use the minor power potion because there's decent chances of getting a 0 or +1. And so it could kill both of them. So we will try this out. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Just want to make sure that they're all clicked. Confirm. Okay, 1 down. 2 down. Wow. That was absolutely worth burning that card. So, and he's completely fine. We're going to, I still want to hold on to that card. We want to keep that and that and that. Now, I might just drop, energizing tonic It is his fastest card, but 17, 18, 19, 20. I mean, these are all very early and adjacent to that. So, yeah, I'd rather keep these these move 4s. The move 6 is, sure, that's helpful. The heal 5 is also very helpful, but we're moving into the last room. She has some healing. He also has a healing. So we're going to go with burning this. It's a burn situation, so yeah, burn. He has his stuff back. And I'm going to pause here for a second. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back here. Okay, next round. Let's see here. Now, I would like for the Mystic Ally to catch up. So we're going to go late. Oop, actually, we'll just long rest. That's a good situation for her. And we'll see about getting 1, 2, 3, 4. He does still have that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could get here. What are the chances that there's somebody here? Ah, but I got rid of that. Okay, and that's fine. We do have a lot infused. Okay, this might be a mistake to let's actually see about her, because there's a lot here that we could possibly use. Yeah. Let me think about that a little bit more. So where's my proximity mine to move? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I mean, there's probably nothing here, so I don't really need to heal anybody. Let's use volatile concoction just so I can or this is an interesting thought too. I could go volatile concoction, but then I'm not moving. So let's see if he has anything. Leaping cleave and provoking roar. I might do this. It does kind of slow him down a little bit, but I think it will be worth it in the end. We need to be going earlier though, that's the problem. There's no move 4s. So maybe trample to go in. So heal the Tinkerer. This is the plan here. Tinkerer will volatile concoction. One ally within range 2 may recover one of their discarded cards. However, because of the ice element, he can recover 2. He's within 2. Perfect. And then flamethrower, just don't move. Okay. I kind of don't want that one though, because the wound is very nice, but I don't think he's ever going to be in a position to do that. So we'll do that. And unfortunately, as much as I would like to long rest with her, I think what I'm going to have to do is short rest. Now you'll see. Nope, okay, it didn't. I have very bad luck that reviving ether comes back. So we still have an even amount of cards. We're gonna have to go the latest, so reviving ether, and I'm thinking frost armor, so I can do this. This top action here. To take away, to use the fire. Brute, instead of trample, skewer would be the better option. So it's more and more looking like it's going to be difficult to get this. Here, we'll use Toxic Bolt to make sure that he goes earlier, so he can get his cards back. This way we can use Skewer. If there's a good position, then fantastic. If not, I understand. But we should be able to at least attack one with that. And then she's going late, so she can jump in. And okay, let's get this going. Okay. Take 2 cards. Root. Provoking Roar and Leaping Cleave. Those are both going to be fantastic cards for him in there. So, top action, skip, move on. The Tinker's probably just going to come up here, loot all of this, and finally try and catch up to everyone, but we'll see. We're going to want to use both. Move here. 3, 4, 5. And I can't use Skewer the way that I'd like to, which, as I said, is fine. And if I... Okay, they are going to move 2, attack 1, and muddle. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. If I actually... And then they are going to... If I move back, then they're going to be attacking both of us, and we don't want that. So it's unfortunate. What's going to have to happen here is he's going to have to stand right where he is. He could move up. Oh, this is going to be nice. Can he even get out of there? I don't think so. So he's going to be taking damage from that. I'm not sure why they designed it that way. Interesting. So, just going to have to be standing right where he is. He could move up. 1, 2, 3. But, yeah, we won't. Skewer with air. So he's going to pierce. Let's attack. Let's attack this way. A +1, please. No. Okay. That's fine. It would have been nice, but... end his turn. So here come the living spirits. Okay, we'll use that hide armor, receive 0 damage. He is muddled now, that's unfortunate, but... Okay, use that armor again. Receive no damage so far, but that's not going to be the case here. Ow! Okay, this is not going too well. That's funny. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. Can I, from where I'm standing, I can target here. And we'll use fire. But what I'm thinking is I should attack someone else, and maybe he can leaping cleave or something like that, right? So, so let's attack here. Yes. Okay. Not bad. The next thing is I don't want to put her in a position to take a lot of damage. However, I think I might. I think I might put her right here. Because she can go very early next round. And maybe get in a position. In a good position to make a good attack. Let's do that. And her turn. So she can go very early, and then this here is going to be pretty nice. She can go like here, 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 here. Attack all 4 of these with that. And I guess heal. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. You, my friend, need to get moving quickly. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. So he can move up and then heal him for 3. That should help out quite a bit. Either provoking roar, shield bash would be a very good one for him, and maybe retaliate. The problem is that they're probably going to be dead anyway after. These 3 have only 1 health left, so I'm thinking shield bash instead of eye for an eye for heal. So we'll take the shield instead of the heal. I think that's going to be best. There's a trap back here, but it's not going to be as useful. Leaping cleave could be a good one as well. Maybe what I do is spare dagger to try and take out one of those guys. I think that's what I might do, because she should be able to kill these 3. Well, we'll see, but she should be able to do it. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, eye for an eye might be the better thing for healing too, because I don't think that he'll be taking too much damage this round anyway. Of course, okay. That can always go very wrong, but living spirits won't be dealing too much damage. That's nice, because they'll be attacking her, and they also won't be dealing too much damage. Move up. And let's see how this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish I had the eagle eye goggles, but I wouldn't be here if I took a long rest back then. So now, because these are adjacent, they're going to be taking, or I have to attack at disadvantage, and that's what this icon here blinking is. If it's yellow or green, something like that, then it's advantage, but Let's confirm the attacks and hope that at least these two should die. There's a chance that she won't. Nope. You see, she is insane. Unfortunately, nobody is here, so in fact, what I'll do, I'll undo, and instead of just healing myself, pretty lame, let's move over to here. Here? Here. Oops, okay. Too late now. Next is move all the way up to here. Smack her on your way, I guess, and heal you. Let's attack first to see what... Ah, that's right, so he does have disadvantage on this because of the muddle here. So, because it's a range attack, what I could do is just attack this one instead. It's already disadvantaged because of muddle, and the range attack is another disadvantage. And potentially I kill him, potentially not. But I guess it doesn't matter who I attack because I need a +1 to kill any of them. What I'm going to do is just attack this one. There's a better chance of dealing at least 1 damage. I'm not too afraid of that. They will be muddling, but there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, that's a curse. So I've dealt 0 damage, and I'm just going to heal myself. Spellweaver is about to get beat up here, but there's nothing I can do about that. Alright, good start. We'll take 1 damage, that's fine. And what I could have done with the Spellweaver is move further away so she doesn't take this hit. But I'm a little greedy and I'm going to take that damage, or the loot. So let's go with this and trample. Move up here and try and take one of these guys out. We really need to be focusing on them a little bit more. We're going to short rest with her. And ooh, I mean, I have to burn it. Because I didn't want the chance of losing reviving ether. Now we're at the end, we're pretty close to finishing up here, but it would still be nice to now should I be greedy again? I kind of want to say yes. Get this loot and flamethrower. Okay. So we do have the opportunity to kill. Let's see what she was doing. Well, before we look at her, let's try and figure this out. Because they are going to be attacking her anyway, but I don't think there's much that I can do about that. The only thing I can think of is moving up and attacking here. So let's at least move up, because I think this is a better position for him. And I can either attack this, which is going to be dealing or attacking for 2, and this one is going to be attacking for 1. What I'm afraid of is drawing a curse. It's about even odds that I pull a positive or a negative card, so slightly better odds for higher. I think I have to go for this guy. There's the other curse. Both right in a row. Fantastic. She's coming. She's slow, but okay. Here's my plan. I'm going to cancel Aid from the Ether. There she goes. So now Aid from the Ether is burned. Where is it? Right up here. So this is burned. This is in the burned pile. So when I use this, right, I can get it back and reuse it. So the other thing I'd like to do is on the next 2 sources of damage, suffer 0. Suffer no damage. That's going to, I hope, keep her alive. And then we'll recover all of her burned cards. Now the problem with this is that it is creating ice. So on their next one they could stun, and that could be bad, but we'll just have to see what happens. Oh, really? So you first, you're taking 0 on the next 2 sources. So can I actually... On the next 2 sources of damage, suffer 0. Do I have to choose that? Must be used. Okay. And you're going to take 2 damage. I was hoping that I could skip it, but I remember... Yeah, this is not good because now he's going to actually attack for pretty hard, and it could kill her. Yep. So, we're happy that we just took all of our cards back, right? We want that, and I'm thinking we get rid of Impaling Eruption, because we're not going to be in a position to use that one anyway, so. What's happening? Right. Well, if I knew this was going to be coming here, I would have pulled that card, but oh well. We want all of that money. It's too much to forget. Skip. Attack. End. Right. So we're already down 3 cards, but that's fine. That's plenty of time. We have ice and we have dark, so we want to use ice. So we certainly want to be using ice right now. Alright. Here's the plan. Heal for 3, and then fire orbs. Fire orbs will be able to hit everybody. This will be at a disadvantage. However, actually, I think she doesn't have any curses. No, she doesn't. She has a lot of negatives. She's pulled her positives already. So this one likely won't be taking any damage, but I'm hoping the other ones can. Let's see, we can use Shield Bash either for the top or the bottom, and Leaping Cleave either for the top or the bottom. We'll see. What I could do is Shield Bash just to move, and then Leaping Cleave to attack both of them. We'll see if that's necessary. Stun Shot is going to be very necessary. And then we can use that enhancement field just to move up. Okay, Living Bones is going to heal 2, which could be worse, but we definitely don't want that. Boom, boom, boom. And hope we pull a +1 on one of these guys. That would be, any one of them would be good. 0. Okay. Ah. Okay. That's fine. They're all down 1 more damage. This is just you know, chipping away. 1 closer to death. So this guy's going to heal. Just hate you. I think what I'm going to do is hit this guy for +4, or for attack 4 and stun. He's going to be able to stun that one. Now I could attack her instead. Sorry, the living spirit. I keep saying him and her, and the living spirit, and probably killing it. Ooh, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Because he's already gone. Yeah. So we'll move up to here. I don't think I want to jump over or anything. You know what? Maybe I do. Because he's getting pretty low on health. Does he have... Well, he'd have to be taking... So, let's do it. We'll jump over. There's nothing... Oops. There's nothing else back there. No. Okay. If he misses, then he's stunned, but is dead, so... End your turn. Oh, I see here. 1, 2, 3. Let's use that too. Oh, that was a dumb mistake. Alright. That was not necessary. He's already stunned, so. Alright. We're just gonna do a short rest. Wait. That. And that. Short rest. Sure. And this. Oh, stun shot. And actually, let's do this and this. Go really early, and then flamethrower. Yep. I'm gonna have to move over here because I can't target both of them at this time, but and let's take a short rest. It's gonna be fine, yeah. And we want something to move in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then make like an attack, something like that. If one of them is still alive, then we'll use this. That looks good. We could also use skewer. Yeah, let's use skewer. All right. All right. So we don't have frost or ice. So we don't have to worry about that. And they're both going late anyway, so it's fine. We will, whoops, we'll move to here. Skip, nobody's next to me. And flamethrower, oh yeah, let's use everything we've got here. So everything's dead. Wonderful. So we're just gonna burn cards and try and get as much loot as we can. So there's 6 gold there, 3 gold there. Okay. So we'll pick this up, and we're picking up points as well. Skip attack. And should I go for the points or should I go for the money? Oh, and there's more money over there too. I'm gonna just go for the points. Honestly, 3 extra gold is nice, sure, but we got 45 gold. Wow. As the sun rises, the undead fall to the ground, and you leave the tomb and its terrors. You then pile up stones over the entrance so that no one else awakens the restless dead. I mean, we killed them all, right? So, Tinker uses an ability that places a negative condition 30 times, so 2 more times. I don't know what we get out of that, but doing pretty good. Spellweaver, this is what I'm talking about. 34 damage. The most damage. She just rocks. Brute again took almost double his health and damage, his max health, and 19 experience gained from the Spellweaver, so she's going to catch up very quickly and probably surpass them anyway. Okay, try and speed through this. 5 XP, chainmail design, which is really nice for the Brute, and we've unlocked the Pyre. It seems that defiling the undead's resting place was the cause of the haunting, and now they have been relayed to rest. Military forces have left a small retinue guarding the keep again. The good news for us is that I know a quartermaster who can get us a supply of chainmail. Just don't tell his commander. Interesting. Alright. So, nothing at the trainer. That's fine. We've unlocked Under Siege, which is against some bandits down here. This will unlock Nasitra? And the Moon Earring design, which will, that's a, I want to say a pocket item that will refresh all of your spent items. So it's not the consumed, it's the spent. So things like weighted net, for instance, if it has the, if you look right here, if it has that icon on the bottom of the card turning clockwise, that is a spent item, versus the card with an X on it is a consumed item. Right. So for next time, we'll do this, but for next time we have Under Siege or Under Siege. So we'll be doing Under Siege. I guess if somebody really wanted me to go to the Hounds of Despair, I could bring in the Cragheart, maybe drop the Brute, or the Spellweaver, and I might consider it if somebody does suggest that. The Tinkerer, level 2. So stamina booster. It's a 48 initiative with heal 4 at range 3. One ally within range 3 may recover one of their burned cards. That is what I was talking about. This is the card that I was talking about that can help the Spellweaver a little bit. They recover one of the burned cards. Now, for the Spellweaver, I clicked, sorry. I'll come back to that. The other one is Disorienting Flash, Stun, range 3, target 2. So it's not an attack. All it is doing is imposing the stun condition on 2 targets at range 3. Muddle, target all adjacent enemies, and then move away. So this one is obviously the one that I would choose because he is a healer. That said, I'm still kind of in the way that I want him to stay as a healer, but I also like him as a controller as well. And for him to have stun shot and this disorienting flash would be pretty nice, right? So we're going to go with disorienting flash. We still have harmless contraption with heal on the bottom, reinvigorating elixir with heal on the top. And if I really wanted to, I could play this card, but I don't see that as a choice for me. This one has a heal 5 on the bottom, so it still has heal 5 on the top. You know, there's a lot of healing still, so I don't really think stamina booster is going to be the one. So we'll go with disorienting flash. Again, I'll think about where to put that in the next video. For perks, let me pause. I'll be right back with that answer. Alright, so I've put some thought into this. I think I'm going to go with Confuse, for the same reason that I chose his last card. Let's see here, Disorienting Flash. I want him to be a controller, to be more like he can heal, but he can control. Of course, he does quite a bit of damage too, but for those surprise muddles, it's going to help for when the enemy is attacking, right? If they survive and they have, they're now muddled. So I like this one. I don't think I'd usually take this earlier on. I might take consistency and start removing some of these negative cards. But for the reason that I took Disorienting Flash to help control the crowd a little bit, we're going to take Confuse. So if it's followed up by a negative, for instance, and it doesn't kill them, at least they're going to be muddled, right? Take a look at that. 24 experience in one scenario, so she's going to surpass them almost certainly. Okay, well, it's slightly longer than the last video, but not as long as I was expecting, bringing in a third mercenary. I think the Spellweaver deals quite a bit of damage, as you can see, and she will help speed up the scenarios by killing everything in sight pretty quickly. So next time, as I said, we'll probably take Under Siege. If somebody convinces me to bring the Cragheart in, then I will do Hounds of Despair. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time.